It has been a while since I've made a video, and even longer since I've made a video where I've used my voice in it, but I don't even care at this point. I have a lot to say in this video about explaining what this challenge is and the rules of it, so I'm just going to go ahead and embrace the fact I know this is going to be cringy. I'm going to look back on this video in like a year and just die for my voice, like the older videos that I've since deleted, but I don't care. Let's just go ahead and get into it. Okay, so ages ago, in May, yes, this video has taken that long, after beating every single level in this game as fast as possible, as fast as I could do it, individually, in the time attack mode, I wanted to see how good I could do if it was more like a professional speedrun. And of course the concept evolved from that, but that was the original premise, and the main reason for me even wanting to attempt that was I wanted to see how far I could take the score in the game, because nobody cares about the score, so I wanted to give something that has like no attention given to it by anybody all the attention, make a challenge over it, see how far I could take it. My original thought was that with getting all the time bonuses and with getting as much score in the special stage as possible, I could probably get around 500 or 600k as the maximum. So that started out as my goal, 600k. But as I kept on playing, then I realized I could get 700k, 800k, 900k, and then, after a couple months of playing, I figured out that you could get 1 million points. So, what do you do to get 1 million points in this game? Well, I'll go ahead and explain a couple things. So, to summarize, in any classic Sonic game, depending on how fast you complete the level, you'll get a different time bonus. And in CD, if you complete it in under 30 seconds, then you'll get 50k for a time bonus. If you complete the level in under 45 seconds, you'll get 10k. If you complete it in under a minute, you'll get 5k. And then from then on, you'll just get 1,000 less each time until you reach, I believe it's 2 minutes, and then you'll get nothing. Okay, now for our other main means of points, special stages. So, for some weird reason in this game, if you hit the UFOs in a certain order, that depends on how many rings you get from them. I have no idea why, and throughout all my experiments on how to tackle the special stages, I could not figure out an answer for why the developers did this. It feels like they just chose a random little pathway I have to take for maximum rings. But despite that, if they didn't do that, then this challenge would be impossible, I'm pretty sure. So, I'm glad they did it. But if you see me taking weird routes on the special stages, that's why. Because the maximum amount of rings you can get is 160, and there's a way to get 160 on all the special stages, but you have to take really specific routes to get 160 sometimes. Like I said, I don't get it, but there's your context. And then our last big means of points is getting rings. And that one's really self-explanatory, but it also involves some weird routing as well, just like with the special stages. Especially on some boss stages, I really go out of my way to collect some rings, because it really helps you out. 1 ring equals 100 points, so if you get 10 rings in a stage, that equals 1,000. 100 rings, then that equals 10k. So you can imagine that helping you out a lot, and it really does. So there's some more context for you right there. But with all that out of the way, I think it's time for the run. So we finally got this section out of the way, me explaining everything. I'm so glad I don't have to speak anymore, so that would be like the run. Okay, one sec. I forgot to explain the rules. So, to avoid you being able to cheese a lot of certain things, you're going to have to get 1 million points in under 30 minutes. Now, that's not to say complete the game in under 30 minutes, even though that should be fairly doable, but you have to get 1 million points in under 30 minutes. That way you can't just collect like every single ring in the game and, like I said, abuse some certain things. And then as well, there's also no time travel allowed. that just makes things harder because why not? And that makes it to where you can't go into the past version of Wacky Workbench Act 1, find the angel statue, and get infinite rings. So yeah. And then of course, no deaths, no glitches. Once again, just making it even tighter, because why not? And okay, here you go.
So guys, we did it. We reached
1 million point Sonic CD challenge. 5 months, I did it. I'm tired of editing. Bye.